and Commander of the Armed Forces, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, the Deputy President, and all protocols observed, fellow members of Parliament. I would like not to make, I have a written speech here, but I don't want to read it all. I want to have it here as part of the today's meeting, and I will give it to the press also to have it. But I am used to speaking off the cuff. It is better for me than reading long speeches. Your Excellency, the report of the 10-point agenda committee headed by my sister, Honorable Professor Zani, is finally presented to us as a joint parliamentary session. Mr. President, this is not a small feat. Mr. President, the country has been waiting for this. The country has been waiting for this because we are in this broad-based government, but there are people who thought that this report is the one which formed the foundation for establishing broad-based government. Mr. President, I want to inform the country that broad-based government started long before the 10-point agenda came. Mr. President, therefore, it cannot depend, the broad-based arrangement cannot depend on the 10-point agenda. 10-point agenda was meant to strengthen the broad-based arrangement. And Mr. President, the 7th of March, which was slated as the date for making the report, was not the end of the broad-based arrangement. The broad-based arrangement goes up to 2027. The 7th of March was marking the beginning or the date when this 10-point agenda was signed. It was an anniversary. It was to celebrate that anniversary. It was also to give us the interim report of the progress of implementation. As you can see, the 10-point agenda which we have been taken through is something which cannot end. It is something which will continue from today. It will continue into 2027, and it will go on because it is life. Most of these things which are contained here are actually concerning the livelihoods, the daily livelihoods of Kenyans. And we want to improve our society so that there will be no victimization of a victim, or we shall not have victims of police brutality. And our police are supposed to improve, and we want to improve them because they are our sons and sisters. We don't want them to go to jail for killing people. They should not kill people. They should be trained to help our people to fulfill constitutional requirements. If our constitution allows demonstrations, let them be allowed to demonstrate, but demonstrate according to the law. Not demonstrate, you just wake up and you say, I want to go and demonstrate because it is my constitutional right. Yes, it is your constitutional right, but the law states how you should do it. The law guides. We must be a law-abiding society. And by abiding by that, what we are saying is that those who violate the law, those who violate the Constitution should be punished. They should be punished. But we really don't want to trap our people that you employ them in police and then tomorrow you have not trained them well and you jail them. That is not the intention of the Constitution. We want our police to be professional, but for now we are going to compensate those who lost their lives. Compensation of life is not something which you can do. You cannot replace a life. You cannot compensate it. There is no cost to it. It is just to give some, to give some pole to the people who lost their loved ones. And it is pole for those who were injured in those demonstrations. It is not to compensate. It is, even though we call it compensation, but you cannot compensate life. So those who thought that, who were saying that there is nothing absolutely which has been done on the 10-point agenda, shame on them. Shame on them, because you can see there is a lot which has been done and there is a lot which is still remaining to be done. I am very, very impressed, particularly by the agenda of infrastructure. The infrastructure is the game changer, and that is game changer for the whole world. If you go to these countries, we are saying we want to go to Canaan through Singapore. That Singapore used exactly the same methods we are using, including the infrastructure fund, including this infrastructure fund which the president signed into law yesterday. And it is infrastructure, infrastructure, infrastructure. That's what we said as a party, as ODM. If we continue to implement these infrastructural projects, the major ones like the SGR through Kericho to Kisii, Kisumu, and up to Malaba and Busia, which is a big game changer. This big road, which is connecting us with Uganda from Rironi, is a big game changer. And I was so impressed by the report about Northeastern. Northeastern Kenya is regarded to be an arid and semi-arid land. But there is a lot of wealth there. The country concentrated on what was called the high potential areas. But they left the north, which has all the minerals. It has all the animals. We need to take big abattoirs there and take meat to Saudi. A small country like Botswana has become very rich just because of exporting meat. Why? And we have ignored that area. Instead of opening it up, it is left as a security area. I mean, why should it be a security risk? If you have infrastructure, police will have all the ways of moving freely through that area, and we tap all the resources, including the mineral resources. There is a lot of water there which is going to wastage. You leave water to go into the ocean, and then you don't tap it, and after a short while your animals die, and including people dying because of lack of water. And yet there is a lot of water. The dams, you heard this report of how many dams, the many dams which are to be built. There is one which is going particularly to our area there. It's called Soin Dam. Once the Soin Dam is done, it is going to produce electricity, it is going to be used for irrigation, it is going to be used for controlling floods which occur every year, and we regard it as emergency. It is emergency. How can something which occurs every year be regarded as an emergency? How is it an emergency? And you know it will come. So you have